Welcome to Athletes Unlimited Softball on ESPN, fueled by Gatorade. Day 2 of the championship season here at Athletes Unlimited Softball. Suspended game last night in the 5th. A postponed game last night, but Team Rhodes and Team Denham ready to roll on Little League and Youth Day here at the ballpark. Shannon Rhodes, speaking of youth, the 2022 Rookie of the Year, leading her team for the first time, hoping to get off to a great start with her 2023 debut after not getting the chance last night. Amanda Lorenz did get the chance, 58 stat points thanks to reaching all 3 times at the plate, including a leadoff home run in the bottom of the 1st. We'll see if she can keep it going. Their team was down by 5 runs when that game was suspended. Here's what Athletes Unlimited Softball is. 60 of the world's best, all trying to move up the leaderboard with that innovative scoring system we'll tell you all about. The top 4 at the end of the week are named captains, and they draft their new team. So they're constantly switching, but a lot of excitement as the season rolls on. In the booth alongside the 2-time All-American Amanda Scarborough, I'm Chucky Kemp. Shannon Rhodes, first-time captain. Big chance for her. She wants to repeat her success of last year. Yeah,
as a rookie, she got Rookie of the Year, as you mentioned, and this is the first time that she got a chance to be a captain, trying to pick up where she left off last season. And she got the first pick of the draft, so she went with Rachel Garcia, which in my opinion was probably a smart move because Rachel Garcia, during the shortened AUX season about a month ago, she was the champion. Because not only can she hit in the middle of the lineup, home run power and RBI power, she also is one of, if not the best pitcher in Athletes Unlimited. That Olympic experience with Team USA a couple years ago in Japan, she brings leadership and she brings it on both sides of the ball, in the circle and at the plate, which helps her pile up points quickly and climb the leaderboard herself.
Yeah, a valued member of this Team Rhodes batting order as well. In the 5th spot, we saw her hit some of the hardest balls at that shortened AUX season just a month ago. Aubrey Leach was 2nd at AUX. She leads things off. The captain, Shannon Rhodes, in the 2-hole, but Nichols, Edwards, Garcia, Sydney Romero hoping to do what her sister Sierra did last night when she was tremendous. A lot of dangerous bats top to bottom. They will see Peyton St. George in her 2nd season out of Duke through one of just 2 complete games at AUX.
Yeah, and Peyton St. George last offseason wanted to work on getting her off-speed pitches sharper, and she brought it in the AUX season a few weeks ago. Remember that shortened 3-week season that we played about a month ago? We saw her get stronger in the last couple of series because of her ability to change speeds like this. On both sides of the plate, she can spin an off-speed rise ball, an off-speed curveball, and also mix in her changeup. She can throw a good velocity too in the upper 60s, but the way that she was mixing pitches late in the season helped her have more success.
Peyton St. George didn't even start pitching until later in her career. Seriously, she started pitching in the 8th grade, was recruited late, said in high school a lot of her friends on her teams were getting recruited, signing for schools, and she was looking around thinking, where's my chance? And it came at Duke, a brand new softball program. She was the first ever signing, and things worked out really well for Peyton St. George, and still are here at the professional level as she gets ready to face Aubrey Leach to lead things off for Team Rhodes. The first of 2 games here in Rosemont today on day 2 of the season. If you look at the leaderboard on the AU Pro Sports website, or if you see it today during our games, the points from last night, even though that game was suspended in the bottom of the 5th, those have been counted. That game will be completed on Monday, as well as the 2nd game that was postponed entirely. So things are going to be a little bit difficult to track until really the end of Monday, when those games are completed and everyone's on a level playing field. 1-0 to Leach outside. We saw a little bit of command issues yesterday for multiple pitchers. About 93 degrees when we started yesterday, but quickly and out of nowhere had storms move into the area. Lightning put us into a delay, and then the storms really picked up in the hours following that.
Yeah, it seemed like there was nothing, and then all of a sudden it just would not stop raining, just well into the night. Bad storms last night.
Today is perfect though. 80 degrees, nice breeze coming in from center field. The pitchers will appreciate that. Did see a few long balls last night. Amanda Lorenz with that leadoff, but Mia Davidson's swing was the biggest of them all. The grand slam for Team McClenny. 3-1 for Aubrey Leach. Wants to swing. Lorenz tracking it, gets into the dugout, or the bullpen, I should say, where Odyssey Alexander is getting loose.
Yeah, that wind blowing in today is almost like a fourth outfielder. You never know what the wind is going to do here at this field in Rosemont. Sometimes it's blowing in, sometimes it's blowing hard out, sometimes it's blowing all different directions, and makes it just crazy for the outfielders to catch fly balls.
Just this week, they had 60-mile-per-hour winds here in Rosemont. Fortunately, not quite that stiff today. Aubrey Leach, fresh off a trip to Dublin with Team USA when they were undefeated in the WBSC World Cup qualifier group play, advancing to the World Cup in 24 next week. Leach going to beat that out, an infield single. Stuart Hunter and Muffley couldn't convert quickly enough.
Yeah, especially at the beginning of the year, you'll see some communication issues on defense. Josie Muffley, a rookie second baseman, and then Kelsey Stuart Hunter coming over to field that ball at first base. So just trying to get a feel for who should be covering first, the communication, the speed of Aubrey Leach trying to beat her to the bag. Aubrey Leach, a little bit of pop on her bat, but also has that speed to get down the line too.
The captain, Shannon Rhodes, first at bat of the season. Struggled in that shortened AUX season, just 3 weeks, as you mentioned. She hit just 125 there, but last championship season, Rookie of the Year, second in the league with 524 stat points. Your new to Athletes Unlimited, stat points, MVP points, and most of all, win points are how you move up the leaderboard, and the win points come as a team. That's innings and games. Good pitch from St. George on the off speed.
Yeah, it was really impressive what Shannon Rhodes was able to do last season. Hit 375, had 8 home runs in just those 5 weeks of play, and 14 RBI. I mean, her OPS, so on base plus slugging, was over 1,400.
Slowly hit up the middle, chance for 2. Muffley to first, not in time. Rhodes reaches on the fielder's choice, and there's one away.
Next up, the left fielder.
Seeing a lot of soft contact, these first 2 hitters off of Peyton St. George, which is a good sign for her that, again, continuing to mix speeds and mix sides at the plate, but love the way that she's been able to vary her speed so much. These hitters makes her very hard to time up.
Now look at Bubba Nichols. First pitch swinging, flipping across to Stuart Hunter, and there's 2 away quickly. Flipping, I think, thought that was number 3, though.
Thinking that they had turned that double play, and Shannon Rhodes had beat it out at first base.
Lisa Ortez laughing with her. The Utah alums on the left side of the infield for Team Denham as Taylor Edwards gets her first look.
You know, I think, too, where Hannah Flippin's head was at is that it was 3 weak contact off the bat of these hitters, thinking, surely that has to be 3 outs, right? Nobody's barreled up anything off of my pitchers, so let's get to the dugout and score, but need 1 more out.
Peyton St. George popping the mitt right now.
Love it. Went with that rise ball up and in to Edwards, and then curve ball away from her at the knees.
0-2, Edwards kind of off the end of the bat, right to Amanda Lorenz. A leadoff single from Aubrey Leach, but Peyton St. George goes 1-2-3 after that. Going to the bottom of the first, 10-inning win points on the line.
Like Mike, if I could be like Mike.
You want to be like the greats? First, believe you are. Greatness requires drip, not like that, like this. The greats aren't afraid to fail. They're fueled by it. Trophies require greatness, but greatness doesn't require trophies. Because greatness isn't about what you've done, it's about what you do next.
So let's learn more by outscoring your opponent in an inning. Every player on the team.
Nothing across in the top of the first for Team Rhodes. They do get one hit from their leadoff batter, Aubrey Leach, but 10 inning win points on the line here for Team Denham, who struggled last night, but it was not for lack of production from their leadoff hitter, Amanda Lorenz, who was 2 for 2 with a single, a home run, and a walk. Keep an eye out for Bianca Stelli, who just returned from Italy, playing with Team Italy in the World Cup qualifiers. She has 15 home runs in her Athletes Unlimited career. That is the third most all-time. And then that Utah duo of Urtez and Flippin in the 3-4 spots. They can do a lot of damage on their own, but it's Rachel Garcia, the 2023 AUX softball champion. She was second place last year at AUX, 8th in the championship season. She's so consistent right now.
Yeah, she is, and one of the harder throwers, too, of the pitchers who are playing this season. She'll throw it in the upper 60s with that rise ball, which it's a lot of swings and misses, and sets up her curveball that she'll throw on both sides of the plate. Mix in a little bit of a drop ball too, but really her rise and her curveball on both sides of the plate. She'll throw that curveball backdoor and also outside to righties are her go-to pitches, her bread and butter.
There's her AUX numbers, 4-1, a 3.19 ERA, 34 strikeouts in 37 innings pitched. We're just looking at how hard she throws. I think we saw her top out around 72, and we were seeing 70 to 71 really consistently.
Yeah, and that's what makes her so unique too, is that it just doesn't ever feel as a hitter like her ball slows down as it gets to the plate. She'll throw a heavy rise ball, which usually a rise ball will be a pitch that a couple of miles an hour slower than your fastest pitch, like a drop ball or a fastball, but her rise ball is actually one of, if not her fastest pitch up in the zone.
Starts off Lorenz just outside, ball one. Amanda Lorenz, one of the best hitters in the world for a long time now. Never an easy out when she's at the plate in her third season from Moore Park, California. This is not hit super hard, but well placed down the left field line, and that she is on with a leadoff single.
First baseman, 77.
Her third hit already early this season, and they've all been a little bit different. That home run was a bomb that she was just on time with, and this is an outside pitch moving away from her. She didn't get all of it at all, but finds a hole out there in left field.
Garcia outside again to Kelsey Stewart-Hunter, the newest member of the Ohio State softball coaching staff. About 3 hours before first pitch yesterday, it was announced that she was a new assistant coach. She talked to Lily Piper about Ohio State, what that program's all about. .2-0 from Garcia. That one's in there for strike one.
Good pitch to hit right there. That was right over the heart of the plate.
71 miles per hour from Rachel Garcia there on her fifth pitch of the game. That one gets away. Shortened AUX season, 462 stat points. That was a record for AUX, 298 in a single game. Stewart-Hunter left side. Leach going to go to second, and originally looked like Jim Cooper was going to say safe, but then changed that to out quickly.
Yeah, great decision there by Aubrey Leach, who will also play second base, but just a strong, natural middle infielder on defense. She is able to charge this ball and throws across her body. Great scoop over at second base to be able to come away with that force out by Clifton.
And it was the right call by Jim Cooper, too. I think maybe anticipating that it wouldn't be handled by Clifton like that.
I agree.
I think Amanda Lorenz was joking with him a little bit, too. And
I think so.
She didn't seem to be arguing at all. Good spot from Garcia on the outside corner. Anissa Urtez. Runner goes, throw is there, and Leach just popped out of her glove. Looked like they might have had Kelsey Stewart-Hunter.
And Stewart-Hunter picking up some points with this stolen base too. The 10 points for the stolen base. That throw was right there to Aubrey Leach. I thought she was gonna get her, but ball falls out of her glove. Would have been close if Leach would have been able to hold on to that ball regardless.
Anissa Urtez with a great finish at AUX, 4th. That's her best ever. Previously, it was 14th in the championship season in 2021. She's engaged to Amanda Chittister, who retired at the conclusion of the last championship season. She was a top 4 finisher last summer. Chittister was always toward the top of the leaderboard. Urtez is down on strikes for out number 2.
Good pitch by Garcia to go with this curveball, just dotting up the outside corner. She can hit that spot so consistently.
Anna Flippenstern. Playing some of the best ball of her career right now. Group A, most outstanding player at the WBSC World Cup qualifier in Dublin. Also plays in Japan professionally. 306 last summer with a couple home runs. Upstairs from Rachel Garcia.
It was a good idea by Team Denim to put Kelsey Stewart-Hunter in motion, knowing who you had coming up in this inning, middle of the lineup, have a couple of chances with the runner in scoring position, trying to win these inning points. They could push a run across. And the thing too, Chucky, about calling a steal is that if you get thrown out, it's minus points. So it really is pretty risky to put a runner in motion, because big risk and also a big reward. If you make it, 10 points plus a runner in scoring position, but if you don't, it's minus 10 points for you as an individual.
That might be why we don't see a ton of steal attempts at Athletes Unlimited. Ground ball back to Garcia, and she takes care of it for out number 3. Zeros from both pitchers in the first inning. Those points roll over. 20 will be on the line in the second.
Roll down to the second inning. That upcoming inning will now be worth 20 points. Remember, each inning is worth.
Athletes Unlimited Softball on ESPN is fueled by Gatorade and by Aspiration, a global leader in financing climate impact. Some shots from Media Day behind the scenes. Some of our rookies, for the most part. Jasmine Jackson in there as well. There's Gwen Svekis. 12 rookies this season at Athletes Unlimited. Peyton St. George was one of them last year, but not looking like a rookie in that first inning.
Yeah, I love the way that she was changing speeds in the first inning for all 3 outs. Look at this pitch location, getting these hitters to hit it off the end of their bat. This pitch, this location, so tough to barrel up. Going to that outside corner, low and slow at about 52 miles an hour, and getting hitters out in front of that pitch helped her get through the first inning, looking to pick up where she left off after the first.
Finished 10th AUX a month ago. Her best finish. We did not see that location attacked as much as I think we would have expected, especially the first couple weeks at AUX. Week 3, it seemed like the pitchers started to really make adjustments.
Yeah, and I talked to Peyton St. George coming into this season. She said the key lessons that she learned was that if she's going to go to the same spot, she has to be able to change speeds. And she talked about, too, so it's a hard curveball there at 63, 64 miles an hour. If she'll go to that side of the plate again, mixed speeds, dropping it down to 52 with her changeup or her off-speed curveball, does such a good job of tunneling her pitches and mixing speeds. And she said, too, just trying to play a game of cat and mouse with the hitters now that they've seen her so much that she knows that she has to mix a lot more. And talked about, too, how a lot of the hitters go into the box sitting on a speed or on a side of the plate. So she's trying to figure out what their game plan is as fast as possible so that her and the catcher can call pitches accordingly. Always thinking a couple of pitches ahead and looking at what the hitter's giving her.
Garcia smoked down the line. A laser from Rachel Garcia, picking up right where she left off a month ago.
Turns on this pitch. This is too close to the plate to Rachel Garcia, who turns on this 65-mile-an-hour pitch just down the line. I mean, that is a line drive down the left field line, and the exit velocity was 87.2 off the bat.
She had some of the hardest hit balls at AUX. Looked at the top 10 list, she had a few of them. And that one is going to be probably at the top of the list here early in this championship season. Sydney Romero. Romero trying to go that direction. Nice grab down there. One of the AU staff members just threw a glove up, making a play casually. Sydney trying to follow in Big Sis's footsteps, who had a double and a triple. Nice pick by Flippin.
Goes right back to an off-speed pitch. And look, the hardest hit ball has been a fastball on the inner half or a screwball to Garcia that she barreled up. This is another off-speed pitch and a nice pick over by Hannah Flippin. That was so smooth, going down to her knees and a backhand play, playing a little bit off the line. She made that look easy, and it's really not.
Here's Kaylee Clifton. Back-to-back Sooners in the order for Team Rhodes. Clifton hit just 154 at AUX, but she was robbed of a home run because when the season ended due to poor air quality in the area, they got rid of a game to make sure everyone had played the same number. So they reverted everything back before that game, and Kaylee Clifton was one of 5 players to hit a home run in the game that got erased. Another good one from St. George off speed.
Back-to-back off speeds, going with an off-speed rise ball for the first strike inside, and then off-speed curveball on the outside corner. Gosh, she's mixing like crazy.
1-2. Upstairs that time, Clifton just barely a piece of it. Kaylee Clifton, a big-time snowboarder. Going on family trips for a long time, owns her own board. Have you ever snowboarded?
No,
or skied?
I haven't. Skied, yeah, but when I was like 12 or 13.
Okay.
long time ago.
Snowboarding is done it once, and it was a very painful experience for me. I feel like Kaylee Clifton's much smoother on the board, I'm guessing.
Now, was it painful because you were so sore the next day, or because you
falling.
fell so much?
Yeah, I was
okay, so
sore
both.
from
Okay.
falling, yeah.
Okay. I hear that a lot about snowboarding.
Yeah.
End up falling and a little painful the next day.
I could barely get out. I mean, I was like about in tears when I woke up the next day. It would have been a fun video to watch for other people, not for me. Clifton pops it up on the infield. Flippin taking control right on the base. Makes the catch for out number 2. For every run scored during this year's Athletes Unlimited softball season, Aspiration is committed to planting 10 trees. So stay tuned throughout the season to see how many trees will be planted thanks to Aspiration's support. Nothing so far. Could we get a pitcher's duel, which we have not seen much of this summer so far? That did get a piece of Jordan Roberts. That's 8 points for her, getting hit by the pitch, and she will take first.
Center fielder, number 11, Alina Andrews.
St. George trying to sneak in this rise ball. Just barely clipped her.
Now Peyton St. George, first and second, 2 outs. And one of the more dangerous hitters at AUX, Leah Andrews, swinging one of the best bats she's swung in her career right now. Hit .419 in the first season. Had 13 hits, couple doubles with Team USA. Only got 5 chances, but 2 hits, and both of them were triples.
Well, it's what she did during the AUX season with runners in scoring position, too. It's just seemed like every time that she was put into a position to hit with a runner in scoring position, she stepped up.
Softly hit right side. Stuart Hunter going to tag Andrews. 2 clean innings for Peyton St. George. Couple hits allowed, but no runs so far.
You just saw a double.
Representation when I was young. I looked up to baseball players like Jeter. I want to be just like Jeter. I think it's so wonderful that there's women in sport now and they can aspire to be just like us.
What a play, Sis Bates!
You give little girls a hope and a dream that, hey, maybe that can be me.
Oh my goodness! Called strike 3.
Back in Rosemont, 20 points on the line between Team Rhodes and Team Denham. Shannon Rhodes in her first season as a team captain, sending Rachel Garcia to the circle. And we caught up with Shannon Rhodes at Media Day, talking to her about what it is to be a captain.
My team is going to look like a cohesive group of women that want to succeed for each other. I think that playing in a league where, you know, individual performance is, you know, on the forefront, but you have to perform as a team. So people that are selfless leaders all around, I think, people that are like glue kids. I think we talk a lot about glue kids. People that want to be there for each other, 100%. People that are easy to get along with.
See if that translates, and this is a pretty good group. She talked about getting players who have experience in leadership roles. Rachel Garcia, Aubrey Leach have both been captains, and then mentioned Taylor Edwards' ability to manage a game behind the plate and put together scouting reports.
Yeah, I think there's so many great personalities to choose from in this league. So wanting to form that cohesive group, and you just have so many options. All these women are a lot like how Shannon speaks, and they're just all so supportive of each other, so positive, pleasant to be around, hard workers, great teammates. I mean, you could go on and on about the quality of women that you have playing in this league.
Erica Piancastelli, longtime Athletes Unlimited pro, just made the trip a couple days ago. The season started yesterday. Piancastelli and Kelsey Harshman, who were both in the same WBSC World Cup qualifier group with Italy and Canada, arrived 2 days ago. So Thursday, the day before the season started. Andrea Filler came in yesterday, got in at 11:30 in the morning from Trieste, Italy to Frankfurt, Germany on Thursday night. Missed her flight from Frankfurt to Chicago, spent 5 hours in the airport trying to get everything sorted out, slept in Germany, and flew Friday morning to Chicago. And these are the arrival times. Piancastelli and Harshman on Thursday. Filler came in yesterday on Friday. All of them from that World Cup group. Canada and Italy and Japan.
Yeah, cutting it close, but just in the nick of time to get here for opening day, opening weekend.
Andrea Filler was the only one in yesterday's lineups that was not in the starting lineup. Harshman and Piancastelli both were either started or set to start. That second game wasn't played, but Filler was the one that I think they thought, you might need an hour or two to recover after the big travel day. Full count here between Garcia and Piancastelli. Swing and a miss. Rachel Garcia wins it. Strikeout number 2. Let's go down to Savannah with more on Shannon Rhodes.
Thanks, Chucky. Talking to Shannon about taking on this new role, she says, on a team, I'm used to being the worker bee, but I'm not quite used to being the queen bee. So it's something that she's really been learning about in this process. But like you mentioned, she wanted players that she could delegate some of this load to, that she could put that trust in. And what you'll notice about this infield is that it gave her a lot of flexibility. That was something that she wanted in her defense, was players that could play multiple positions. She wanted to be able to move people around, and she liked that. That gave her some freedom as a captain to move people around, to make changes in the lineup. And she likes that, you know, when you're playing 1, 2, 3 games, it keeps things fresh for this purple squad.
That's right. Aubrey Leach, we've seen at second and short. Kaylee Clifton, I believe, has played second, short, and third. And then Sydney Romero, who we've seen so often at second base in Athletes Unlimited, is back in a place she's very familiar with at third base.
Yeah, versatile athletes. And I almost wish that on this day, that's Little League and Youth Day at the park, I wish that all these young players knew that the players that they're watching can play all these different positions. And that's how versatile they are and athletic and talented, because I think oftentimes a young player feels like they just play one position. But you see that in the professional level and even the college level too, that they are able to play a variety of different positions. And it just makes you more appealing for somebody to want on your team, because you have that versatility.
Gwen Svekis at the plate. Taylor Edwards, her fiance, catching right now. And Gwen pops that one up to Aubrey Leach. Got to be some fun banter between those two when they're at the plate.
I think there's some fun banter between the catcher and like every hitter that goes out, no matter who's catching, who's up to the plate. They're always just chatting, have a good time.
There's Taylor Edwards, pro's pro. DJ Sanders watches that one down low. We've actually got Taylor mic'd up. We'll get to talk to her in the game today. It's always fun conversation with her, listening to the communication, hearing what they're trying to do to hitters. Catches the inside corner on DJ Sanders. Finished her college career at Oregon on a team that had Gwen Svekis and Shannon Rhodes before she transferred to Texas. DJ transferred in from Louisiana, where she was outstanding. That one misses low. There's one thing, we talked about the AUX, that shortened season. There's only 42 players at AUX. Here at the championship season, there's 60. So you add in so many more connections and storylines. All of these players have played at the highest level of college softball, now at the professional level, so their paths have crossed almost yearly when they were in the college ranks. Two-two, popped up and over the press box.
Rachel Garcia's done a good job early in this game, moving the ball around with her rise ball and also her curve ball. That's what she'll normally do, but she just doesn't give in on the plate. She lives on the edges.
Got DJ Sanders swinging. Third strikeout for Rachel Garcia. And still we are stuck at zeros.
Actually went down in the zone with her drop ball, giving these hitters a different look to strike out DJ Sanders. Third strikeout of the day for Rachel Garcia.
Inning win points on the line, zeros between Team Rhodes and Team Denham. Let's go into the game with Air National Guard and Kelsey Stewart-Hunter.
It's a beautiful day to have a beautiful day. Oh. You want to take that? Do you want to take that? It's like hard.
That's
She's probably safe either way, huh?
I think either way, because with speed, it's fine.
Yep.
Yeah. You're the second baseman, you yell at the first baseman for getting it.
Yeah. I felt that way, but she
hard.
was playing deep and up the middle.
It's the only shot.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's like you basically have to roll the dice that she's fast enough to
Yeah. Because like there's no way I'm gonna get it and go back. Yeah.
Kelsey Stewart-Hunter trying to figure things out defensively. You talked about that actually already, that the communication you hear with some of the new players coming in especially and then changing teams weekly.
Well, and Kelsey Stewart-Hunter plays a variety of different positions too. So, and Josie Muffley, who is a rookie, we saw her at shortstop at Florida State. So going over, you might think, oh, it's still a middle infield, same old same, but completely different position playing second base compared to shortstop, where she's been playing a lot lately, or before she got here at least.
Got some really talented defensive players. We always talk about the bats, the power, but we've got some elite gloves. Big swing there from Leach, and she's down on strikes for out number one.
Another out on an off-speed pitch for Peyton St. George. That is now 6 of the 7 outs that she's had in this game have come off of an off-speed pitch.
You said, too, she's thinking a couple pitches ahead at all times. I think that's one of the toughest things for pitchers, especially in today's game with the video technology, especially at the college level. These pros can see everything. for pitchers, even if you're having success, to continue to make adjustments, because these elite hitters at every level are always making adjustments.
Yeah, you feel that way in college year to year, but here during the AU season, it just feels like game to game or week to week, you're just having to make some bigger adjustments than what you're used to. And all these pitchers love to talk to each other, love to talk to the catchers.
This is hit hard into deep center field. Zirkle going back, makes the catch on the track. Nice job by Morgan Zirkle for out number 2.
Yeah, she tracked that down so well. And again, remember, we talked about the 4th outfielder out there is the wind blowing in, which helped this greatly. That was such a good swing by Shannon Rose. Based off of our information, looking at the YakkerTech data, that would have gone 240 feet, which would have been a home run, but the wind knocked it down, and instead it is a long out for Peyton St. George.
This is the first inning the leadoff hitter for Team Rhodes didn't get on base, so back-to-back outs. Peyton St. George looking to go 1, 2, 3 here.
The hardest hits off of St. George have been the Rachel Garcia double that she had in the second, and that swing right there. Both of them have come on 63 to 64 mile-an-hour pitches. So a fastball, we'll just call it generically, versus an off-speed pitch that she's been working to get outs.
St. George working with great defensive catcher and communicator in Gwen Svekis behind the plate.
Oh, yeah. You know, she feels comfortable throwing to somebody like Gwen Svekis, who's just constantly communicating to her, even using hand motions like what she just did there. Hitters count, be smart.
Off the handle, Muffley backpedaling, makes the catch in shallow right field. 1, 2, 3 inning, efficient there from Peyton St. George. Can her team collect these inning win points? Zero. Team Denham come to the plate. 30 inning win points on the line, facing off with Rachel Garcia, who has been almost untouchable so far. Well, the Air National Guard's motto is always ready, always there. The Air National Guard proudly partner with Athletes Unlimited, who support players who are always ready to compete for the top spot. At AUX, that top spot belonged to Rachel Garcia. She was tremendous at the plate and in the circle, Amanda.
Yeah, strong for the very beginning of the season with the way that she was mixing her pitches and being able to push across some RBIs, some home run power. When we talk, Chucky, about probably one of the stronger players in the league, and I mean that in terms of just overall strength, it has to be Rachel Garcia, because she is one of the top hardest throwers, if not the hardest thrower in the league, and also her exit velocity is the best in the league as well. 3 strikeouts for her today, a couple on a curveball, and then also on a drop ball. Again, mixing these pitches around and being very efficient. Has not thrown a first pitch strike yet, but has retired the last 6 she's faced.
We're talking about how she just lives on the corners and the edges of the zone. I think you could almost call her a little stubborn. If she doesn't get a call in the inside corner or the outside corner, she just continues to dial that spot. First pitch swinging from Josie Muffley, and she grounds out to shortstop.
Center fielder.
She doesn't just challenge hitters, but challenges umpires. She will. It's a little outside. Okay, let me go a ½ inch closer, and that's the pinpoint accuracy that Rachel Garcia can have.
Love that. I'm sure she loves that quick out too. One pitch, one out.
Morgan Zirkle, first chance today. Garcia does get the outside corner called right there. Zirkle 0 for 2 yesterday in the suspended game that ended in the bottom of the 5th. That'll be finished on Monday, as well as the second game between Team Rhodes and Team Mulipola that was postponed. Morgan Zirkle, new head coach at her alma mater, Marshall. She rounded out her coaching staff with a full Athletes Unlimited assistant coaching room. Allison Rager was a facilitator at AUX. She has been in California recruiting this week. She's the only one not here right now. Allie Harrell played at Marshall and was a stud. And then Sydney McKinney from Wichita State, the rookie. And asked Morgan Zirkle, did you know Sydney McKinney before this season and before you hired her? And she said she got to know her at AUX, but she said she's a mid-major superstar, so it's a perfect fit for her to be able to relate to those athletes. Fourth 3-ball count here for Garcia. She steps off. (3-1) to Zirkle. It's fouled off.
Yeah, and you talked about coming from a mid-major and now coaching at a mid-major, and when asked on her media questionnaire to Morgan Zirkle, something that maybe she's overcome, she felt like she had to battle a little bit harder than others to get recognition and to be where she's at today, because she wasn't highly recruited and she did go to a mid-major.
Base hit up the middle. Great at bat there from Zirkle. That's one you take to the film room at Martin. This is how it's done right here.
Yeah, and another fun fact about Zirkle is that she didn't switch to being a left-handed hitter until her junior year of high school. Able to get to that inside pitch, hit it hard right back up the middle of the field.
Said she didn't even swing away a lot as a lefty until later in her college career due to injury, but it's allowed her to hit for some more power, which we will see in this season. Amanda Lorenz, plenty of danger here after that first pitch out, ground out of Josie Muffley.
Going to try to be careful with her, I'm sure, on the outside corner. That's where Garcia went, and her first at bat, despite Amanda getting a single off of a backdoor curveball on the outside corner. She's trying to work inches away from her. Because when you go in against Amanda Lorenz, she really lets a swing loose, like she did yesterday, leading off the game. Megan Faremo trying to go down and in, and Lorenz gets her barrel there. I mean, just crushed a pitch that was in the upper 60s. Looks for that inner half. 79 miles an hour off the bat, went 272 feet.
That's the scout on her. Talked to multiple pitchers that have said if you go inside, that's what she's wanting. That's what she's looking for. If you go in there, you have to go to her back foot. Like, you want to hit her on the back foot, basically, to try and avoid something like that happening.
And just FYI, we did have a pitch clock violation. Rachel Garcia took longer than the 15 seconds. That's something that's very different from the college game, or if you've been watching Little League softball too. There's a 15-second pitch clock in between pitches that we have here. And see her and Taylor Edwards trying to get on the same page.
Saw the pitch clock counting down on the scoreboard. Lorenz walks, 8 points for her. She has been outstanding so far. She has reached all 5 times she's come to the plate so far this season. Now, everyone loves to rep Athletes Unlimited. You can too. Be sure to check out the new AU softball merch this season, including personalized player tees. Go to shop.auprosports.com to get yours today. A lot of Amanda Lorenz t-shirts. She keeps on playing like she is right now.
If I were a fan, I think I'd want one of like everybody. Just make it like a collector's item that you just every year you have something from every single player. That's pretty cool.
Speaking of collector's items, we've been opening the Topps cards. We've been like little kids up here.
Oh, yeah. Looking at my Daniel O'Toole and Aubrey Leach card right now in my hand. Pretty cool.
You took a picture of some of the best ones we had. I wasn't sure I was going to get the ones back that I had opened. Stuart Hunter into left field, and over is Bubba Nichols, a member of the all-defensive team last championship season. A lot of that came from her work in left field.
Immediately off the bat, and even as it was in the air, I thought that that was a no-doubt hit for sure, extra bases, but Bubba Nichols comes flying toward left center field. What a read, and specifically what an angle that she took to get to that line drive to left center field. Morgan Zirkle thinking that was going to be down and she'd score, instead has to dive back, not to get doubled off.
That runner on second base is worth 30 inning win points. Into left field. Around comes Zirkle. The throw home is not there. She scores, and the runners advance. 30 inning win points for everybody on Team Denham, thanks to Anissa Urtez.
Third baseman, number 19, Hannah Flippen.
Urtez gets opportunity with the runner in scoring position. She struck out looking in her last at-bat, so she goes up being very aggressive in this at-bat. Test Bubba Nichols again, who's getting back-to-back action. And Team Denham scores the first run and big inning points.
Fouled back off of Edwards. She's a little hobbled, but looks like she's going to be all right. This is big, though. Need to get out of it right here. Still plenty of points to play for with 4 innings to go and 50 on the line for the game. Edwards back ready to roll. A little word there from Hannah Flippen. Flippen currently in Japan. Taylor Edwards has played in Japan previously in her career. 0-1, too far inside. From Garcia. That's too far inside.
Yeah, we've seen a few more Wilder. Is that a more Wilder?
Don't ask me vocabulary.
Okay, well, she's just been a little bit more wild. That's how we'll go with it.
There we go. That's a safe play.
In this inning, with pitches that are just not really even close. Really wanted that one to be a called strike. We saw her be just so competitive during the AUX season. Had a little different fire about her.
And we heard that. I think it was Victoria Hayward telling us that they were seeing a different version of Rachel Garcia that final week of AUX.
She's a competitor. They all are. They all are really good friends, good teammates, but they're out here to win.
This is hit really high in the air to left field. A lot of wind out there for Bubba Nichols, but makes the catch. Team Denham strikes first. The 30 inning win points thanks to Anissa Urtez bringing one in.
I was 6 or 7 years old. My parents were helping coach the Little League team I was on, and they randomly just asked who wanted to pitch, and I raised my hand and my parents were shocked. From that start of putting my arm in a circle, I loved it, and I would pitch a sock down the hallway at our house to my dad, and that's kind of initially how I fell in love.
Rachel Garcia representing back in the day that District 51 Little League in California, and today being such a special day with it being Little League and Youth Day at the parks. These players, the little players, the young players are watching play on the field, started just like them, and they're their role models, but at one point, not too long ago, they were just like them.
Taylor Edwards, first pitch swinging. Ortez battling the sun, but one pitch, one swing, one out there for Peyton St. George. There's the AU Little League alumni, Aaliyah Andrews and Sis Bates. Sis Bates not on this list, but they actually went to the Little League Softball World Series last summer. Steve Keener, the president of Little League, said it was incredible. All the young players loved seeing them. Our rookies, Catherine Sandercock, also on that list. We have some Little League baseball players in the field of players here at Athletes Unlimited as well. But Steve Keener told us when we talked to him during AUX that he cannot wait to see when 60 pros walk out on the field and all the Little Leaguers are there to see him. Garcia pops it up. This might stay in play. Svekis under it. And there's two away quickly for Peyton St. George.
Yeah, I'm so excited for that. Like, I'm just counting down the days to get to the Little League Softball World Series in Greenville next weekend, and then to see these athletes playing at East Carolina University, playing a doubleheader, and being around the Little Leaguers who are competing in the World Series. 4 international teams and then 8 teams from the U.S. 12 teams total will be there competing.
10 days away. Peyton St. George wasn't sure. Sydney Romero quickly took first. They're saying it was a hit by pitch. It's 8 points for her as of right now. Svekis caught it without any trouble, and she's having a word with our home plate umpire right now. It's Cameron Ellison behind the plate.
Yeah, second hit by pitch of the day for Peyton St. George, both on seemingly this identical pitch up and in on the elbow of a right-handed hitter. That one hitting the front elbow guard, it seemed, from Sydney Romero that she's wearing to protect that elbow.
Sydney recently named new assistant coach at Oregon under former Oklahoma assistant Melissa Lombardi. Sydney spent last year at Duke as an assistant. Maybe that's Peyton St. George saying, hey, you left my alma mater, here's what you get. Clifton fouls that into the stands.
Yeah, it's a good get for Oregon to get Sydney Romero.
Tons of coaching moves all around the country, and so many of them, so many of these athletes who are coaches seem to be moving around right now. 0-2. Decent spot, a little too far outside.
Maybe just a little bit too far off the plate, but that's why Peyton St. George is having success. She's working from ahead and working off the corners. Goes to that off-speed pitch, now low and away. Still, most of these outs are coming off of off-speed pitches. I'd say 75 to 80%.
A lot of balls hit off the end of the bat today off Peyton St. George. Trying to put up her 4th straight 0. That's too low.
I mean, remember at the end of the AUX season a month ago, she was throwing, I think, 80 to 85% off-speed pitches in a game, and mixing in some harder pitches right now, but still a high percentage.
3-2, that's a laser toward the dugout. You find out a lot about a player when something like that happens. There's nets on the dugout, and who jumps and who doesn't. And Bubba Nichols did not move a muscle. It's about a foot to the right of her. Clifton, big swing, but underneath it, a lot of communication. Lorenz takes control. That's out number 3. Hit by pitch mixed in, but Peyton St. George on fire right now for Team Denham.
Third, the throw home, got her! Enough for Hens to be there.
That's right. We are fans too.
Like Mike, if I could be like Mike.
You want to be like the greats? First, believe you are. Greatness requires drip, not like that, like this. The greats aren't afraid to fail. They're fueled by it. Trophies require greatness, but greatness doesn't require trophies. Because greatness isn't about what you've done, it's about what you do next.
One 1-0 Team Denham trying to collect 10 more inning win points. They lead Team Rhodes in a pitcher's duel so far through 3.5. Rachel Garcia back in the circle. Fans, you can secure a ticket to our virtual Summer Fan Fest on July 31st by joining the Unlimited Club. Hear from your favorite players, experience one-on-one meet and greets, giveaways, and more. Join now for just $20 a year at auprosports.com/membership. One of our favorite players to talk to is Taylor Edwards, who is mic'd up for us behind the plate. Taylor, it seems like we do this every season. Do you get tired of us ever?
No, I love that. And that was actually such a great compliment. Thank you, guys.
Taylor, we talked to all these pitchers throughout the season. I'll let you take this pitch first. Right field, nice catch by Shannon Rhodes. We talked to so many pitchers throughout the season about who they're comfortable
By the
with.
time I got on the mound and you were on your spot, they started at 9 seconds. Yeah, I'll talk to you again. I'm sorry, go ahead.
And your name always comes up. Everyone always says they love throwing to Taylor Edwards. What is it about your ability to manage a game and connect with pitchers that you think they appreciate so much?
I think it has a lot to do just because, well, the fact that I'm a little bit older. So, see you. Good body. I've had a lot. Well, I've been here since the start of AU. A little bit older, so I've played in the NPF for a while. And just being able to keep the pitchers calm and be comfortable in my own skin, I feel like good. Good job. That's a good river pitch. Yeah.
How much does Tatum, your twin sister, who obviously was a great pitcher at Nebraska with you, does she talk to you about how pitchers like to be talked to?
See you. A little bit. Yeah, my twin has definitely helped me. Well, she had the yips for a while, and so being able to connect with the pitcher outside of softball things and getting to work. Good job. Come on, Leach. Atta baby. Good level, good lane. Being able to connect with pitchers on a different note and getting to know them as people instead of what they are in the mound, because they get really lonely out there. Good job. So being able to be comfortable, one, in my own skin and confident with what I know I can do, and hopefully giving that to the pitchers and helping them get better and grow and trust their own stuff, because they're here for a reason. So getting them comfortable and on the mound dominating with their stuff. I'm live. Say what's up to the people. Oh, what's up, people? I was like, who is this?
So many personalities. That's Frankie Moody pinch hitting for DJ Sanders. Taylor, I think this is going to be a hard-hitting question here. What's it like to call pitches and try to get Gwen out?
Good. Oh my gosh, it's probably the hardest thing because we both have a catcher's mindset and also we're partners off the field. So being able to try and, I guess, trick her, outthink her, good. But being able to also think about just like almost opposite of pitch calling, like dumbing it down, doing something that's expected, but they're like, oh, maybe she won't do this because it's so like in your face that it's so common sense. It's so fun though every time. See you. Good push with 2 strikes.
Taylor, really quickly, because it's 0-2, or excuse me, 1-2 with 2 outs, but what's your favorite part about catching Rachel Garcia?
My favorite part, I feel like Rachel is very good, one, at hitting her spots, but also moving the ball, half the ball off the plate. See you. And then she throws it on the plate with 1-2. But being able to mess around sometimes and like go back to the old days and have, good job, buddy, and have young softball talks, and just trusting that our connection can carry on.
You're calling too good of a game, Taylor. We didn't have enough time to talk to you, but we appreciate it.
What the heck? I love this time. Thank you guys for having me.
Thanks, Taylor.
Little League Day, Little League and Youth Day at the ballpark. Aaliyah Andrews, she's a former Little Leaguer. Oldsmar Little League out of Florida. That's where she got started playing softball. It's worked out pretty good for her. We've been watching Little League on ESPN all week long. Watched it really late last night as well. There have been some tremendous games, and it is full of entertainment, to say the least.
Oh, yeah. It's getting bigger and bigger, growing so much, too.
Jordan Roberts fouled that straight back. She leads it off. Aaliyah Andrews on deck. And then back to the top of the order with Aubrey Leach.
See a lot of uniforms in the stands today, too. These Little Leaguers and youth players repping their team uniform.
Great crowd today. First of 2 games. Still Team McClenny and Team Mulipola coming up next here on ESPN+. Make sure you're here for that one as well. Pitchers duel in game 1, 5 total hits. Peyton St. George has not allowed a hit since a leadoff double from Rachel Garcia back in the 2nd inning. She's retired 9 of 11, and the 2 that have reached have been both hit by a pitch.
Also, just another side note, I'm looking at a uniform right now. It says 70th season on the back of their uniform. That's a lot of seasons for this one Little League I'm looking at.
That's impressive.
Got 3 coaches here and 4 players. Can't see the front. I'd give them a shout out, but just see the back.
Nice spot from Peyton St. George there to keep this at bat alive. Full count now against Jordan Roberts, owner of Daily Cup of Joe Coffee Company back in Florida where she lives. 3-2, Roberts hits it hard but foul. Saw some of the best Jordan Roberts performances we've ever seen at the plate. 421, slugged 789 during the AUX season. Couple MVP selections. Her best average since 2020 in Athletes Unlimited, and she draws a walk. Nice at bat there. 8 points for Jordan Roberts. We'll experience the action of AU softball in person right here in Rosemont. Join us for tomorrow's games at 11 and 4 Central. Be one of the first 250 fans in the ballpark to score an Athletes Unlimited cooling towel giveaway. Get your tickets now at auprosports.com/tickets. I used that towel yesterday.
Yeah, she might need it right now. I don't know. Maybe it's a little toasty down there in the bleachers.
Yeah.
Not as nearly as bad as yesterday, though.
She had some shades on, like the Patrick Mahomes glasses going on there.
Uh-oh. Getting a little tired. Maybe take a little nap and be ready for game 2 of the doubleheader.
Game 2 set for 4 o'clock here in Rosemont. Lily Piper gonna run over at first for Jordan Roberts.
Lily Piper enters to run at first base for Roberts. 47 Piper, the base runner.
And Aaliyah Andrews at the plate. She hit over 400 at AUX, usually known for the glove in a big way. One of a long line of great LSU center fielders. Her sister AJ, who won a Gold Glove, the first one ever given to a professional softball player. Aaliyah, of course, and then the current stud in center field at LSU, Sierra Briggs, who is a back-to-back Gold Glove winner at the college level.
A lot of diving plays that happens out in Baton Rouge at that field in center field.
Correct. Going back even further, Leslie Klein was a 3-time All-American for Yvette Girard at LSU.
Your softball memory is so good.
I just knew I had to have some notes to, validate myself. I knew you were going to be judging me.
Oh.
It's more of like using the connect, hey, what's anything good on LSU? We got some good people we can talk to.
Yeah.
Half these notes might have come from you anyway, asking you, quizzing you on questions for college softball.
Post-game chats, talking about softball.
2-2 to Aaliyah. That was really awkward, kind of full swing, but right off the end of the bat.
Yeah, that's how her first ground ball to first base, or her first at bat, was same type of way, and it's because of these St. George off-speed pitches. A lot of spin on them. The umpires actually got asked to look at the ball because it was hit most likely off the end of the bat. They want to make sure that it wasn't scratched.
The Athletes Unlimited ball has a different look to it this year. It's really cool. Instead of red laces, they are blue laces, and it's just a really unique, different look. He fouls that one away. She's fighting against Peyton St. George. Alyssa Denham, team captain, warming up, did not have the day she had hoped for to start the season. Long run here for Lorenz. She will not get there.
I'm sure Alyssa Denham wants a chance to get back out there. I mean, of course, she's probably loving the way that Peyton St. George is pitching, but if the opportunity presents itself and maybe she gets into some trouble, I'm sure after kind of a rough outing that she had in yesterday's game, that she'd like to get back out there and get back out on the horse.
St. George was the first pitcher that Alyssa Denham selected. It was her second pick. Flippen was the first one, then Lorenz and Svekis were her top 4. Denham took Svekis because they play together in Japan, said she was a must pick for her because they have such a great relationship, pitcher-catcher. Aaliyah Andrews walks, back-to-back walks to start the 5th for Peyton St. George.
Yeah, and back-to-back walks, and 2 different people have gone down there next to Shannon Sale, who's coaching first base now. And with it being Little League Day at the park, just wanted to give a shout out to Shannon Sale's mom, Kathy Sale, who was her Little League coach growing up. And her mom won the 1982 Little League Softball World Series, and she played for the Tampa, Florida Little League.
There you go. Shannon Sale, an Oklahoma product. Played a few years there for Patty Gasso. Great bunt from Leach, and safe at first. Close play, Muffley covering.
That was close, and I would be surprised if they challenge this. There's just a perfect bunt, just dead right out in front of home plate, and I think that likely we'll have a challenge. We'll see how Team Denham handles this. It was close at first base with Muffley covering. It does look like her foot just got there. It looks like the right call.
I'm with you, though. Live, I thought she was out. We will have a challenge.
Yeah, I think this is going to stand. The wheels of Aubrey Leach, I'm telling you.
Aubrey Leach called safe.
Second time she's used her speed. The teams have 2 challenges. That look again. I think she's safe.
I think this is going to be upheld.
Quick review here, which well done by the umpiring crew. Reviews should be handled off-site.
If I were the umpire that made the call that was getting challenged, and I also got to be the one that, like, after the review came in, it's like, yep, she's safe. Like, that would just be such a feeling of satisfaction for me. Like, yep, I got it right the first time. Maybe that's just me, though.
It's an I told you so moment. Big chance for the captain, Shannon Rhodes, with the bases loaded.
Remember, she hit the ball hard, too, in her last at-bat.
St. George starts her out with a strike. 0-1 pitch coming. Nobody out. Rhodes did not hit it as hard, but placed it perfectly. Andrews coming around, close play, but she's safe, diving across. And now Leach will take third. Heads up base running from Aubrey Leach right there.
Yeah, bases loaded, nobody out, and the infield is pulled in. So when you look where Josie Muffley, the second baseman, was playing, she was playing well in front of the baseline, which, see her right here, which opens up a big hole on the right side, and the umpire is kind of playing in the normal second base position. Not sure if she would have been able to get it regardless, but it opened up an even bigger hole on the right side. And Aaliyah Andrews, I mean, she just absolutely can fly.
She did. She came flying around there, diving across the plate. Faith Canfield in her first season as a facilitator. She's with Team Denham this week. Elevated to a full-time assistant coach at Michigan this summer. There's a volunteer assistant the last 2 seasons. She is going to make the change, and it will be the captain, Alyssa Denham, replacing Peyton St. George. Still a very tough spot here, first and third, with nobody out.
Pitching the captain, number 40, Alyssa Denham. Denham relieving St. George.
Peyton St. George lights out through 4. But back-to-back walks to start the inning, a single from Aubrey Leach, and then Shannon Rhodes, the captain, brings a couple across. Alyssa Denham is in for her team when we come back. Four-plus innings for Peyton St. George. Pretty good stuff. Gave up 4 hits, 2 earned, 2 walks. A couple of those hits and both walks came in this inning. She's responsible for the runners on first and third. That's important because earned runs are -10 for pitchers, so needs some help from Alyssa Denham, who did not have the day she hoped for yesterday. Just 1 2/3. Gave up 5 earned runs. What has to change for her?
Just commanding her pitches a little bit more. Her movement was just spinning more off the plate, out of the strike zone, which is good, but it's almost like some of her pitches never even really started as a strike or were tempting to a hitter, where it's just an easy take for them out of the hand. So good pitch like that last one. Good off-speed curveball that she threw. Perfect pitch. More pitches that look just like that, she's going to be difficult to barrel up.
1-1, there's the off-speed. Hit high into right center field. 2 coming over. Bianca Stelli takes control, but the runner comes across. Sac fly there for Bubba Nichols. That's worth 10 points, and another run comes across. Let's go down to Savannah Collins.
This purple squad is Shannon's shenanigans this week. And we've talked about it being Little League Day, and there's some things that you just never grow out of, and that's doing what it takes to change the momentum for your team. So we've got some visors on, upside down, gloves on the head, and there's some things, no matter what level of softball, that a team is going to do what they need to change the momentum. That was the intention that Rhodes' team set coming into this inning, and we're seeing it play out as they tack another run on the board. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Savannah. This game has been close, but even when you see games get out of hand at Athletes Unlimited because of the point system, you'll see that resiliency a lot from different teams, and Shannon Rhodes leading her team by example, driving in 2 runs.
Yeah, some good back-to-back plate appearances by Shannon Rhodes.
It's got to feel good for her after some struggles at the plate during AUX. Taylor Edwards with 1 out and a runner on first against Denham.
And Peyton St. George pitched really well. Just had 4 free passes, and especially 2 particular to lead off this inning that got her in a little bit of trouble. But because of those free passes,
Stuart Hunter going near the net and runs into it, could not quite pull it in.
Because of those free passes, so 2 walks and then 2 hit by pitch, it just makes the top of the order get up that much faster, having to face you again. If she takes out those 2 hit by pitch, couple of walks, she might still actually be in this game. Maybe not having had to face the top of the order until next inning if she would have had a good inning this inning.
Off speed, Edwards puts that one into the parking lot. out of Nebraska. Her and her sister Tatum, twin sister, led them to the Women's College World Series. Chance for two. They roll it. Denham, Urtez, Stewart Hunter. Alyssa Denham lets one more across when she comes in, but does a really nice job of getting out of that jam.
Alyssa Denham has the ability to roll ground balls like this. Drop ball right back to her. The 1-6-3 double play to quickly get out of it and rebound from her outing yesterday.
Big response from Team Rhodes. 20 inning win points on the line, trying to pull things closer here in the win point column, but they do lead this thing 3-1 overall over Team Denham here in beautiful Rosemont, Illinois, on the perfect day for softball. About 80 degrees, nice breeze coming in. And so far, this has been a fantastic game as we get our first look at Brooke Yanez in her first season out of UCLA. Did participate in the shortened AUX season, and it's a lefty who gives a look basically like unlike any other in the league.
Yeah, and Rachel Garcia and Brooke Yanez have been on the same team a lot this summer because they complement each other so well. Rachel Garcia, a harder throwing right-handed pitcher. Brooke Yanez, more of a spin pitcher from the left-hand side. Gives these hitters a completely different look. Started her career at Oregon, finished it at UCLA, and is why she wears number 16 because of her pitching coach from UCLA, Lisa Fernandez.
It's a pretty good one to wear because of that. Athletes Unlimited and Topps have unveiled the first ever set of player trading cards that feature all four Athletes Unlimited sports combined in one set, 200 card set, 185 athletes from the 2022 seasons, and is available at Target, Barnes & Noble, hobby shops, and through Topps.com and Fanatics.com. They're everywhere, so get yours today. The athletes on Thursday were out at the National Sports Collectors Convention held here in Rosemont. Tons of people in town for this. Everyone that we've talked to that's gone says it is really hard to describe what is going on over there, the magnitude of it. Savannah Collins even told us, they say, if you can't find it there, it does not exist. We've been opening our Topps cards the last few days. A little jealous, some of the ones that you've gotten.
Yeah. Just such a rush to open up the package and see if you're gonna get like any of the like really cool ones. They're all cool, but like the really unique ones, like I keep getting in the packets that I open.
Josie Muffley, she's been up there swinging it. Solid contact, but right at people. That one at Leach for out number one.
Center fielder, number 18.
Defensive changes for Team Rhodes too on the right side of the infield.
Allie Harrell over at first, replacing Lily Piper. Harrell in her second season out of Marshall. And Andrea Filler at second base, making her debut in the championship season. She was the one who really had the crazy travel day and got in yesterday, so really should have arrived about 6 hours before she played in a game, but instead hers was postponed till Monday completely. Outside corner for Yanez.
see Brooke Yanez just spin the ball like crazy. Her spin rate is close to 2,000 RPMs, which is some of the best spin rate that you'll see in the league.
Consistently picked high in the draft, which is normal for pitchers, but the rookie is right up there in the mix with the best ones in the league and consistently paired with Rachel Garcia. 1-2, Zirkle fouls it back, stays alive. That's Morgan Zirkle, because of her taking the job at Marshall as being a head softball coach at the Division I level, if that would impact her ability to play professional softball. Would she continue? And she said Marshall's been great about it. She wants to continue playing, wants to go out on her own terms, and doesn't feel like she's completed her career yet as a player, which I think is really exciting. She's going to coach at the highest level and continue to play professionally, but was very pleased with the support she's received from Marshall.
It's tough to balance all these things that these women do and are involved in.
Trying to find any way possible, and I think there's going to be a discussion if this was a bunt or not with 2 strikes.
Yeah, that's it. I was thinking that it was a bunt. Even had to double check to look at the count to see.
They've determined that it was not.
Kept her hands together, got more of a slap.
That's probably a good decision.
Yeah, for sure.
I actually thought she moved the hand in real time. It looked like she dropped the hand. So then I was thinking, okay, well, yeah, that looks like a bunt to me.
I thought the exact same thing. And so I like that the umpires got together and helped each other out just to triple check.
Morgan Zirkle's going to watch this back and come up and tell, hey, that was not a bunt.
Yeah.
2-2 bounces to Taylor Edwards. What a battle here from Zirkle.
Great at bat.
9th pitch coming up. Zirkle lifts it high to right. Rhodes going back. Zirkle gone! Cuts the lead to 1. The head coach. She's still got it.
Just one of these many players at AU that has both speed and power. Turns on this inside pitch. That launch angle was 44 degrees, which you can tell with the height that home run just continued to travel. 255 feet, 78 miles an hour off of her bat. Morgan Zirkle, a big swing from the 9th spot.
(3-2) now in the favor of Team Rhodes. And back to the top of the order with just 1 away. Amanda Lorenz, she's already went long 1 time this season.
You think about the tools that those left-handed players have, like Morgan Zirkle, Aubrey Leach, Victoria Hayward, Haley McClenny, can beat you in front of you with a bunt or a soft slap like we saw Zirkle do to foul off a pitch, or they can beat you behind you.
Lorenz deep to center. Aaliyah Andrews tracking it and makes the catch.
Again, that wind blowing in. I think if that wind was not blowing so hard in, that would have gone over the head of Aaliyah Andrews. I don't know if it would have been out of here, but at least off the fence.
It's the first time Amanda Lorenz has been out this season. Let's go down to Savannah with Morgan Zirkle.
Thanks, Chucky. Zirkle to come into this at-bat seeing a totally different pitcher, to be able to make the adjustments to seeing a lefty, think so much more spinny. What were you really trying to settle in on and then able to take that yard?
I was trying to just make a decision really late and stay slow with my pace when I was slapping, even though I fouled him off, and then just stay back and trust that I can stay through something too.
Thank you, Zirkle. Appreciate it. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Savannah. Morgan Zirkle, big time swing. Kelsey Stewart-Hunter in the air. Aaliyah Andrews staying busy.
Andrews puts away the 5th inning and puts away
Yanez comes in.
an inning win.
3 outs of the 4 hitters she faced, but it's the long ball.
A little bit of a response from Team Denim. Morgan Zirkle. See how she stayed back. She stayed through. She just told us that's what she wanted to do. She executed it for a solo home run.
Back in Rosemont, but a lot going on today in Athletes Unlimited. How about some lacrosse? Charlotte North on Thursday. 4 goals, including the 2-pointer, to secure MVP honors. I told you yesterday, I know nothing about lacrosse, but I love watching Charlotte North because she just looks like a baller. Led Team Moreno to a 9-5 victory over Team Colson Thursday night. It was her 13th career multi-goal performance, 9th hat trick of her AU career. Taylor Moreno currently atop the leaderboard, but that action's coming your way. 5 Eastern on ESPN2. It's a doubleheader. Team Colson and Team Mapuzo first. Team Reed and Team Moreno at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN2. That's Taylor Moreno leading her team, leading the league. I've got my Charlotte North Tops card right here.
Oh, you're so lucky.
Got that earlier, I know.
The second time we've seen that package, and she's so aggressive. I like to watch her play.
Could you catch it with the, I'm not sure even what it's called, the stick.
Yeah, but I don't know like if I could catch a harder throw, but I could catch like a normal one. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Charlotte North is one of the best to do it. She is mic'd up every game.
Ooh.
So that's how big of a star she is. When she scores, they get to talk to her right after, and it was awesome the other night when that was happening. Rachel Garcia leading this off, and we've got Bubba Nichols in a chair chat, back for her 3rd season from UCLA. Bubba, how's things going down there?
It's going great. We're just having fun in the purple dugout, just having fun playing softball.
Big time response. What was going on in the dugout last inning when you guys came back from down just 1 run, but took a 3-1 lead?
There was a lot of belief in the last inning. Aaliyah Andrews, she said, I feel some hits that are stored up within all of us, and we were like, you know what, we feel it. And I even said before we went into the outfield, something magical is gonna happen, and it did. She called it.
Bubba, you've been known to be a player that can play basically every position. Were you always like that as a young player, or how many different positions can you even play?
Wow.
Ooh.
Growing up, I actually was a pitcher predominantly, and I played shortstop. I loved pitching and shortstop. And when I got to college, UCLA put me, Coach I, she put me in outfield, and I haven't looked back since. Outfield's a lot of fun. I love it out there. So I've just been able to develop in the outfield from college on.
Yeah, how important do you think it is to be a type of player that can play a lot of different positions, both in college, professionally, and beyond internationally? What do you think?
Oh, I think it's so important. I think it's really the versatility of being able to play in all positions. You know, it not only helps your own repertoire, but ultimately it's about helping the team and being willing and able in any position. So it's always been fun to play with players who, you know, are like, you know what, put some gear on me, I'm going to go into catch, but they're always in the outfield, or they're warming up in a bullpen, even though they play first base. I think it's the coolest thing ever when players are very versatile.
Before we let you go, real quick, where's Bubba come from?
Bubba is a product of my dad, Ted Nichols. He called me Bubba early on in my life, and it just kind of stuck. It was just kind of a family name, and I just stuck. My team liked it, and I liked it, and it's just been my name ever since.
Do you introduce yourself to people as Bubba?
In a softball setting, I do.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And kind of in a classroom, I use my real name, which is Maddie, but Bubba is definitely my softball name.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Bubba.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bubba.
She is a superstar, member of the all-defensive team last year. She made some great plays out in left field, had to play some center field as well, but you talked about it, the versatility. She shows it off at the professional level as well.
I'm confused about where that last pitch was, and I think I am too.
Working against Kaylee Clifton, who's 0 for 2. First look at Denham, though. Ground ball foul left side. Or excuse me, Andrea Filler, I should say, who replaced Clifton defensively last inning. Andrea hit 364 at AUX. She tore it up. 6 extra base hits, 3 home runs, 9 RBIs.
I saw her as a captain, too.
Yeah. Career best at the plate for her. Fouls that straight back. From Fort Wayne, Indiana, but currently the director of ops for Northwestern softball, playing for Team Italy this summer with Erica Piancastelli, who's out in right field right now. Three-2 from Denham. High, shallow center. Zirkle coming in, Wynn pushing it in. Morgan Zirkle makes the catch. 1-2-3 for Alyssa Denham. She's starting to settle in the circle.
I didn't have the representation when I was young. I looked up to baseball players like Jeter. I want to be just like Jeter. I think it's so wonderful that there's women in sport now, and they can aspire to be just like us.
What a play, Sis Bates!
You give little girls a hope and a dream that, hey, maybe that can be me.
Oh my goodness! Called strike 3.
Everybody wanna go and talk it. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again.
Athletes Unlimited Softball on ESPN is fueled by Gatorade and by Aspiration, a global leader in financing climate impact. behind the scenes at Media Day. The Athletes Unlimited team of videographers, photographers, social media people, just outstanding the way they market these players. And they are super marketable because they have some outstanding personalities and are tremendous at what they do. But 3-2 game, really good one to start off our doubleheader day. Plenty of young fans in attendance. Little League and Youth Day here at the Parkway Bank Sports Complex in Rosemont, Illinois. And a lot on the line in the final inning and a half. 10 inning win points here in the 6th, 10 in the 7th, and 50 for the game, which is separated by 1 run right now. Second inning here for Brooke Yanez. Got a ground out, 2 flyouts, but gave up the solo home run to Morgan Zirkle. Her team did collect the 20 inning win points for the 4th and 5th though, because they scored 3 in the top of the 5th.
It's been a well-pitched game. Pitchers have done a good job against these hitters today.
UCLA, one of the most well-represented schools at Athletes Unlimited. See Rachel Garcia on the leaderboard in 5th. She is one of them. Anissa Ortez at the plate. She is in 8th right now. 3-4-5 here for Team Denim, and Ortez is aboard with a walk. That'll give her 8 points.
Number 19, Hannah Flippin.
Josie Muffley, the rookie there in 14th, right ahead of Gwen Svekis. Here's Hannah Flippin. Shows bunt, pulls back, and watches strike 1. You asked Hannah yesterday about Utah, how exciting it was to watch them make their run to their first Women's College World Series this year since 1994. It was the first super regional they reached since Hannah Flippin and Anissa Ortez were there back in 2017.
All these players have so much pride from their alma mater. Love to see them go deep into the postseason. Always hope that your team makes it to the World Series. And to be one of the last 8 that are standing.
One-two from Yanez. Outside, ball 2. Aubrey Leach there in 23rd on the leaderboard. She was 2nd at AUX. 2-2, back to Yanez, knocks it down, goes to 2nd. What a pick by Aubrey Leach. That is absurd.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Ortez is, it's like she's questioning the call, maybe thinking that Aubrey Leach was off the base, but this pick right here, how did she hold on to this? Her back foot, her right foot ends up getting on the base. She has to adjust her footwork right here and then catches it with her right foot. Unbelievable glove by Aubrey Leach. Wow, what a play.
That's as good a play as you'll see.
And then too, you know, for Brooke Yanez, a line drive hit right back at you off of your chest, to have the frame of mind to pick it up and good communication out on the infield to get the force out at 2nd base. But after a ball comes at you like that, you're a little bit frantic, rush the throw. Looks like Team Denim is going to challenge this, but this should be upheld 100%. She is out right there.
That is just outstanding.
Look out where the ball is when she catches it, by the way. It's about a foot behind her eyes.
The call on the field is upheld.
The call is upheld on the field.
Next up,
Aubrey Leach with one of the best picks you will see at 2nd base, and what an out it is. Protecting a 1-run lead. If she does not get that, it's 1st and 2nd with nobody out. And Erica Piancastelli, who has 15 career home runs in Athletes Unlimited to her name.
Yeah, and the players are actually all in the infield looking up at the scoreboard to the replay, just still in awe, all looking together. Shannon Rhodes, the captain, is in from right field because we're going to have a pitching change.
No more Brooke Yanez. She will take a seat. Didn't seem like she was okay after that ball right back to her, but it's Sydney Littlejohn Watkins, year number 2 for her, out of Rusk, Texas. Played at the University of Alabama. She had a 2.82 ERA at AUX last season in 27 innings pitched.
You ready to see maybe the best curveball that you've ever seen?
That's right.
It's going to come out of her hand. Another tall pitcher. She's over 6 foot tall. Spins a curveball unbelievably. Both sides of the plate. Says she worked on a rise ball in the offseason, a pitch that she wants to start working in more to kind of offset that curveball that hitters are going to go up looking for.
I just wonder how much her high school pitching coach held her back. You had 4 years with her, is that right?
Yeah, I think it was about that. Worked with Sydney. And the funny part, I told you this the other day, but the funny part about Sydney, she came to me and all she wanted to do was throw 70 miles an hour. That was her goal. She wanted to throw hard. Like, that's what she wanted to do. And so to see the type of pitcher that she became at Alabama, working with Stephanie Van Brakel Prothro while she was a pitching coach there, and who she is now is just a completely different style of pitcher, but it works to her strengths, and she is just so unique and found her stride.
There it is.
There it is.
Right on the outside corner.
The mighty curveball.
Bianca Stelli, who she faces first. Gwen Svekis on deck. Hannah Flippen on first with 1 out.
Again, back-to-back curveballs.
Those two were moving. 0-2. Too far outside. That one got away from her.
You know what I like, too, about Sydney Littlejohn? She loves to compete. Her AU goal is to win the whole thing. She says, I know it's ambitious, but I want to compete.
Said, why not? She is a big-time competitor. National runner-up as a freshman at Alabama in 2014. Haley McClenny was a sophomore on that team. Two, that's too far outside. She tried out for AU 2 summers ago, didn't make it, and kind of admitted, like, you know, probably wasn't ready. Went and played pro in Europe before making her AU debut at AUX last season. She was really effective. Ground ball left side. Romero goes to Harrell at first, so flipping up to second, but 2 outs.
Number 21,
I think it's so fun to see all these different pitchers bring in a different look, have different strengths, be able to mix different speeds, throw with different velocity and spin. I mean, it just goes to show all these little young girls that are watching them that you can have a different strength. You don't have to have the same strength as Sydney Littlejohn or Rachel Garcia. You have your own strength and own it.
Misses on the first one to Gwen Svekis. Gwen 0 for 2, but always dangerous. There's Peyton St. George, Odyssey Alexander in the dugout. St. George started that, takes something off. The throw to second. Good throw there by Edwards, but not in time to get flipping.
So another version of the curveball that looks like her harder curveball coming in at 65, but she pulls 10 miles an hour off of that pitch, and Svek is way out in front of it because she sells it with her arm speed. Again, back to that curve. Able to get that second strike. She works quick, too. Sydney's not worried at all, I don't think, about that 15-second pitch clock.
She's throwing with about 8 on that clock. Just off the end of the bat into the stands. Nice grab in the bleachers.
Love that. A lot of gloves that you saw that people brought out.
Maybe a spill.
Yeah, maybe a spill. Maybe it fell in the popcorn. Not sure.
1-2 with 2 outs.
There's that rise ball. And And Svekis knows that that pitch was used to back her eyes off the plate to set up the outside corner. Now it's about execution if Sydney can get it there.
When Svekis popped up over the head of Filler. That's going to bring in Flippin, and that's going to go to the backstop. Svekis up to second as Taylor Edwards is going to check her back to that base. But we are tied at 3. That's 10 inning win points for everybody on Team Denham as well.
She did go to that outside corner. Svekis hits it off the end of her bat. I thought that Filler had a chance to make this play. Gave up on it, I think, just a little bit, knowing that Shannon Rhodes was coming in hard too, but ties up this game. Svekis coming through.
RBI single for Svekis. Hamoudi, the rookie out of Oakland, California, played her college ball at Oregon State. She was teammates with Mariah Masson on the Oregon State team that went to the Women's College World Series in 2022. For her, this is her first look at almost all of these pitchers, and the same the other way. Sydney Littlejohn Watkins has never faced Frankie Hamoudi. Hit 10 home runs this year, walked 30 times for Oregon State.
That's
Ooh,
a nasty pitch. Backdoor curveball. Clips the inside corner for that second strike. Freezes Hamoudi. Just watch her reaction.
Goes outside this time, off the end of the bat. Romero handles it. 1 run comes across for Team Denham. They get 10 inning win points. We are tied at 3 going to the 7th. What a start to this doubleheader day.
1-0 and pick up an important 10 points. It was Gwen Svekis.
For every run scored during this year's Athletes Unlimited softball season, Aspiration committed to planting 10 trees. Shannon Rhodes back in the 5th, tying this game, or taking the lead, I should say, with that 2 RBI single. She planted 20 of them. Stay tuned to find out how many will be planted thanks to Aspiration's support.
Yeah, it was a big top of the 5th inning there for Team Rhodes to put up that 3 spot, and then Team Denham has just been chipping away 3 different innings with just 1 run. Coming down to the 7th inning, we got a close one. I like it.
8-9-1 due up for Team Rhodes. Allie Harrell will get her first look at the plate. Placing Jordan Roberts in the batting order. That's upstairs from Alyssa Denham. Harrell, Andrews, and Leach. Really do not want to give Aubrey Leach a chance with anybody on base, because she has been just about automatic offensively and defensively, as we saw recently. Denham starts Harrell off with back-to-back balls, 2-0 count. Does get the call in the outside corner.
That was an important one too. 2-1, get you back into the count with that strike. 3-0 feels very different.
Two one, great spot, right back to it.
A good rebound by Alyssa Denham today after that start that just didn't go so hot for her yesterday.
Off the end of the bat, Flippin has it, 1 out.
Center fielder.
More Athletes Unlimited softball coming up at the top of the hour on ESPN Plus. Team McClenny and Team Mulipola friendly out there right now. Nadia Taylor and Danielle Gibson enjoying a little snack. Don't want to miss that one either. Should be really good. Team McClenny had 8 runs going into the bottom of the 5th last night against Team Denham. First pitch swinging for Andrews. Lorenz is under it. 2 outs for Alyssa Denham and company here in the 7th.
I'm sure Team Mulipola is just like itching to play. The only team that we haven't seen and just wanting to get out there.
Similarly, in the bottom of the 7th for Team Denham, it will be 8-9-1, and it will be the rookie Josie Muffley who will get a chance to lead things off for Team Denham. First pitch strike to Aubrey Leach.
And Hannah Flippin over at third base trying to figure out where to play Aubrey Leach. That first pitch is about halfway up the third base line. Have to respect the fact that Aubrey Leach can lay down a bunt, but Aubrey Leach is reading what Hannah Flippin is doing, where she's playing her defensively, where the shortstop Ortez is playing, but specifically looking right here to Hannah Flippin. She was playing, I don't know, all the way up about right here. I mean, that's a little bit too close with my telly, but she was playing pretty close. That first pitch is respecting the speed that Aubrey Leach has at the plate, but also the home run power.
I think it's dangerous to give you the telly. Our producer, Casey Carter, has a lot of faith in you with that. 1-2 to Leach. Swing and a miss. Alyssa Denham looking like what we expected from the Arizona superstar. Can they win it in the bottom of the 7th? 3-3 in Rosemont.
For Hens to be there.
That's right. We are fans too.
Like Mike, if I could be like Mike.
You want to be like the greats? First, believe you are. Greatness requires drip, not like that, like this. The greats aren't afraid to fail. They're fueled by it. Trophies require greatness, but greatness doesn't require trophies, because greatness isn't about what you've done, it's about what you do next.
We've seen it all today. The long ball, we've seen the gloves being flashed. Aubrey Leach making a tremendous play. And it all comes down to this. Bottom of the 7th for Team Denham. 3-3, 8-9-1. The rookie out of Florida State, Josie Muffley, will lead things off.
I think about laying down a bunt right now if I'm Josie Muffley, trying to find a way to get on.
There you go.
Seen her play a time or two. Knowing too late in the game, knowing when her team needs a run or two, Josie Muffley will use that drag bunt, trying to find a way to get on and keep the corners on their toes.
Drove in a run last night with her first career hit. Watches that for strike one from Littlejohn Watkins.
Still try to maybe go down to that drag bunt down the first base line, keep Allie Harrell on her toes.
That is in there for strike two.
Had the idea, just didn't quite get the pitch to execute it. It's so tough to face Sydney Littlejohn Watkins for the first time.
The center fielder,
Out number one on the backwards K. Now Morgan Zirkle. Can she do it again?
That's what she did her last at bat, bottom of the 5th inning, solo home run, turn on that inside pitch. Launch angle of 44 degrees, a towering shot over the right field wall.
Up and away with the first pitch for ball one. Zirkle did not homer in the 3 series of AUX we played a month ago. And catches the outside corner. Clenny and Mulipola will lead their teams next here on ESPN+. 1-1, too far outside. Great spot.
It's a backdoor curveball and can start that pitch so far in the right-handed batter's box and then break it back over the outside corner. Again, oh, that was close, just a little bit down.
Yeah, Sydney, if she was watching AUX, if she was scouting it all, she said, oh yeah, I have a notebook on every hitter that I was taking notes on. This is ripped into left. Zirkle aboard with 1 out. 3 for 3 today. Couple singles and a solo home run, and she has scored the first 2 times, obviously on the home run.
It's a big deal to get on. Goes with this outside pitch. You see her let this pitch travel enough deep into her window to be able to just shoot at the other side. Not trying to do too much with that pitch. Just trying to find a way to get on base for the top of the lineup.
Here is the current leader early in this season, Amanda Lorenz. 126 points for her so far, 58 in this game. Has only been retired once, and it was her last trip to the plate in the 5th where she flew out to center.
And you know that Sydney Littlejohn Watkins going to want to be careful with Amanda Lorenz too, so if she's too careful, then all of a sudden you find yourself with 2 on, runner in scoring position, less than 2 outs, game-winning run at second. Good pitch there.
I mentioned earlier, this was the player when I asked Sydney Littlejohn Watkins, who's somebody that you've had some trouble with. I said, Amanda Lorenz. She knows that I don't want to give her that inside pitch, and if you throw her inside, it has to be really inside.
Still trying to nibble on that outside corner.
3-1, dangerous count here against Lorenz. And misses. 2 on, 1 out. 8 points for Lorenz at the top of the leaderboard.
How about Sydney Littlejohn-Watkins just being thrown right into the fire? Your first outing of the season, both pitching the 6th and the 7th inning, and pitching with the 6th, trying to keep the 1-run lead, pitching in the 7th, trying to keep your team in the game.
Good spot, and nobody covering third. Zirkle is up to third now.
That's huge. Good read by Morgan Zirkle. Using her speed, that was just something that she was read, not called, as you see that Amanda Lorenz actually at first base, and now the infield going to come and talk about it. Must have been reading both Aubrey Leach and Sydney Romero. Gets the lead, just straight steal. Nobody expecting it on the left side. Aubrey Leach saw it, was communicating to Romero, but a big deal, and points for Morgan Zirkle.
Zirkle's in second on the leaderboard.
That game-winning run at third base, the infield has to be playing to keep Morgan Zirkle off of home plate.
0-1 gets the outside corner. Good start here for Littlejohn-Watkins.
A lot of team points on the line in this inning. Trying to play for that win.
It's chopped foul. Zirkle could end it. 60 points on the line. 10 for the inning, 50 for the game. That's outside. Kelsey Stewart-Hunter 0 for 3 today.
She's just going to try to put the ball on the ground. That is her ultimate objective right now.
Upstairs, 2-2.
Should slap that last pitch. Kept her feet still, though, for that one. Couple of different tools, you know. She can go to her slap, trying to get the top of a ball, trying to put it on the ground or find a hole through the infield, or swing away and just try to get a sacrifice fly, something in the outfield.
Inside hitter, bases loaded.
Shortstop, number 7, Anissa Urtez.
And here we go. Nowhere for Anissa Urtez to go. Just one out, bases loaded. Winning run on third in the form of Morgan Zirkle. Anissa is already driven in one. Great spot there on the curveball. Anissa's had some clutch moments. There's a big run driven in earlier today to break the tie and collect 30-inning win points. She also hit a 2-run home run in AUX to save a ton of points for her team there. This could be worth 60, 1-1. Does get the call that time inside. Urtez doesn't love it.
Sticking to that side of the plate. Backdoor curveball at different heights.
One, two. Ooh, that was way in there.
It's so hard to want to stay in because
Yeah.
that would have been the game-winning run, right? But it's so hard to just take it, just wear it.
I don't want to take this off the kneecap or 2-2. Hit hard center field. This should do it. Andrews won't get to it. Anissa Urtez walks it off for Team Denham. What a game, back and forth. They took the lead early. Team Rhodes responded, but Anissa Urtez sends us home.
She gets a pitch that was supposed to be more outside. It bleeds back over the heart of the plate, and Ortez just trying to hit a ball in the air to the outfield, less than 2 outs. Exactly what she needed to do. Was going to, of course, score a run no matter what. Even if Andrews could have gotten that, could barrel to it. And Team Denham with the win, some big-time points late in the game. They grabbed the 50 win points and winning the 6th and 7th inning. 70 points, 17 points late in the game.
100 total. There's the team captain, Alyssa Denham. Still one more game to go today. Team McClenny and Team Mulipola coming up on ESPN+. Don't miss that one. For Team Denham and Team Rhodes, 4-3, the orange team wins it. Amanda Scarborough, Savannah Collins, and our entire crew, I'm Chucky Kemp. We'll see you.
If you are a fan and has MVP voting privileges as a club member, please get your vote in. Coming up shortly.